Tonight's episode of Painting with Menoth John will not be seen tonight, so that we may present a very special collaboration between Beermachine and Painting with Menoth John. Mothership, a horror survival RPG starring the cast of Beermachine and Painting with Menoth John. Presented in Super Legitivision, the future of podcasting. It's .com. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the inaugural first episode. I guess you could call this a 0th episode of the Mothership RPG. Of course, you recognize me from such podcasts as Painting with Menoth John and Painting with Menoth John, and other podcasts that I've been a part of over the years. And of course, you recognize that stashed face there on the screen in front of you. The one thing that, guys, that I had not counted on is the fact that it will never show my face, which is probably a good thing for the internet, because the way we have the thing set up with Google Meets, it'll never switch to my picture, which is okay. Anyway, folks, welcome. We have an exciting series of podcasts coming your way. We are planning on doing this every other week, just so you know. And John Spencer, the co-host with the host, Mr. John Spencer, you know him as, has kind of gone into work hell for the next few weeks and months as the Christmas rush is upon us. So we decided to put the band back together. And we have kind of been jonesing a little bit. And Dan is our resident expert on indie RPGs. So I'm going to kick it over to him for just a half a second, completely unexpected, to talk a little bit about what Mothership is and kind of what it represents in the RPG world for us to kind of, as we'd like to say, paint the landscape, if you will. Mr. Stash, would you please introduce the folks to what Mothership is all about?
Absolutely. So Mothership is an indie RPG, and what that really means is most RPGs are indie productions. When you think of huge studios like, Wizards of the Coast, you're still talking about a handful of people turning out a great product. Mothership is even smaller than that, like by a lot. So I believe this product is actually currently a play test for something larger to be released later. And it is a horror RPG that is based on basically the traditional sci-fi horror in cinema that you're used to seeing. Everything from, of course, Alien and Aliens to, Event Horizon, Pandorum. If you've seen sci-fi horror in the past 50 years, you're probably familiar with the concept. And it's all, non-IP infringing. Mm-hmm. And just takes those base concepts and throws it together in a relatively rules light format for you to enjoy, die, and try again.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for that explanation, Dan. I think it's incumbent upon us, first off, to kind of get to who exactly is on this show, because we've pulled together an all-star lineup of podcasting heroes. And, of course, know that DVK is here. And the one of the big reasons why I wanted to do this as a show was to provide Dan the unique opportunity of actually participating in an RPG as a player rather than the GM. We know his skills are unmatched in the world of GMing, and I am going to do my level best to live up to his legacy with the BRPG. And he is with us, of course. And tonight is all about character creation. And we're going to get into a whole lot more information on that as we go along. But the next person you need to know about, and which will pop up on your screen relatively quickly, is you know him, you love him. He was pulling that oars and steering that ship a long time over there at the Beermachine podcast. You know him, you love him. It's Beermachine Rich.
Pulling those oars and steering that ship. That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, it's been a while. We got some fun in store for you. And, of course, we're doing it COVID style. And it works well because we got some people in other states. So why not take advantage of the situation, right?
100%.
You know what we didn't talk about first, John?
What's that, buddy?
is what you're drinking right now.
Oh, wait, I was going to do the introductions, then we're going to
Okay.
spin around.
We'll go around after that.
Absolutely,
Yeah, that's fine.
absolutely. Next up,
So,
of course. Oh, are you done, Rich, or I don't want to
Oh,
step over you?
no, you go right ahead.
Okay.
I am looking forward to this, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Of course, you also know him. You love him. He is another member of the Beermachine podcast. We're bringing him in on the long distance. He's not even in Buffalo right now. You know him. You love him. That's right. The other guy, Adam.
Hey, everybody. Happy to be back and join you. And looking forward to seeing how horribly John kills us all.
It will be my pleasure to torture you over the next weeks. Adam, I'm super glad that you're here. You had made a sojourn out to the West Coast, but have found yourself and realized that between the Central and Eastern time zones, things are much better. And I'm super excited that you're coming to us from a hotel, utilizing crappy hotel Wi-Fi to great aplomb. Fantastic. So thank you for being a part of the show. And of course, and you may not have seen him on camera before, but you know you love him. He is our dear friend from the greater Maryland area. No, I'm not talking about John Spencer. We have Brett Painter with us tonight. Brett.
Hey, all out there. You may know me from my podcasting credits as guest host on Beermachine, guest host on Painting with Menoth John, and guest host on Chain Attack Mark 1, all about War Machine and Hordes Mark 2, where I am undefeated with a record of 1-0.
Well, I got to tell you, Brett, it is fantastic to have you here on the show. You know, it is few people that can pull off the kind of credentials that you just laid out there with the number of podcasts that literally no one listens to anymore, and your involvement in so many of them. So I appreciate that very, very much. We are very excited, and to Rich's point, it would not be a podcast that this particular group of individuals would be a part of if there didn't involve a beverage update. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start it off. So, since the last time we've done an RPG, I've spent a copious amount of time in Italy. To which point I can almost speak. I learned about this drink called a Negroni, and a Negroni is equal parts Campari, sweet vermouth, and gin. So it's basically a big tumbler full of booze. And that is what I will be drinking tonight as your comely DM. Rich, what do you got tonight?
I am drinking something called Flight Mechanic pecan whiskey. And it is awesome. It's just, I think, 50% aged on pecans, toasted pecans.
Fantastic. I have heard.
I know I'm not drinking beer. It's kind of sacrilege right now, but whatever. Get over it.
Rich, I've heard. And were you aware that Flight Mechanic Distillery has stepped up to the plate for this RPG as an official sponsor? Were you aware of that?
I was not aware of that. That's
is
pretty
correct. So I would like to thank the good people over at Flight Mechanic. You know, when you need to get buzzed, Flight Mechanic Distillery. They know that. So keep that in mind, folks. Flight Mechanic Distillery. Look for it in your stores. Ask for it by name. So there you go. Dan, what are you having for a beverage this evening?
At the moment, I'm having tea, but after that, I will be switching over to scotch, and I'll let you know what I pick at that time.
Fantastic. That is great news on that. Brett, what about you? What are you having for your beverage du jour? That's French, by the way, in case you were wondering.
I decided to go back low class and high class with a limited edition Yingling Hershey's Porter.
There's a lot going on right there. Yingling, at first, it makes me step back, but then I'm intrigued by the chocolate, by the Hershey's chocolate.
It's that duality that gets you sucked in.
Yeah, no, it is. It's all about the duality. Fantastic. So, and I see that Kovnik Scotty Potty is joining us. He's having a crisp gin and tonic. It's not just a gin and tonic; it's a crisp gin and tonic. That is fantastic. As we talked about, folks, we are here tonight to do character creation. So we have 4 player characters that are with us right now. We have, of course, Rich, Dan, Adam, and Brett. And we are going. We felt like it'd be a lot of fun, especially in this system of Mothership, to kind of show you what character creation is like, because it's really simple. This is literally the essence of a fast character creation RPG. So I am going to switch over this so that you can take a look at, and I hope you're looking at this on a relatively large monitor, because Lord knows the picture I just put up is almost illegible. This is the Mothership character creation sheet. And Rich, tell us a little bit about who you're going to be as your character tonight.
Cool. So I wanted to do something very different from what I've played in other role-playing games. Like, I didn't want to play Space Ruin. I didn't want to play, the troll guy whose name I already forgot. What I wanted to do was play like a more of a support kind of engineerish guy, I guess.
Okay.
So I was thinking about in the Aliens movies and any other space horror, the guys that make the things happen that aren't necessarily running around shooting everything, but the guys that are, fixing the whatever system, they are welding the doors shut, those types of guys. I said, that sounds like fun. I'm going to do that. So, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but there's no established canon in Mothership really for like off-world stuff that like humanity has done. Like, it's all pretty much
not that I give a fuck about. I can promise
I
you
can
that.
I can just make shit up. Okay, cool.
No.
So good. So I'm playing a guy named Sasha Manikoff. And if you're not familiar, Sasha is actually a unisex nickname for Alexander or Alexandra in Eastern European languages. So Sasha is he's your typical space engineer. He's going to be the guy who is fixing stuff, who is probably covered in dirt, holding a wrench. He's not from Earth. He's from some kind of other, I don't know, Eastern European-ish colony somewhere, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
That has yet to be named.
Sure.
And that's where he grew up and cut his teeth.
Slav turn, if you will. Or
what do you want to call it?
Slav turn. Like Saturn and
Slavopia?
Slav, it's Slav turn.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
So those are going to be his skills. Now, in this game, let's see. I've never made a character before, but I read a little bit here that
You've stayed in a Holiday Inn Express at one point in your life.
I stayed in a Holiday Inn Express. Yeah. So you have to pick a class, and the classes are Teamster, Android, Scientist, and Marine.
That's it. That's what you get to choose
There's
from
only 4
in this game.
That's it. Yeah. The idea is to make it straightforward because I have a feeling they want to make it quick because you might die. So I'm going to pick Teamster. And the special bonus Teamster gets is once per session, you may re-roll a roll on the panic effect table, which sounds pretty cool.
So there is in the player guide, there is an extensive table that helps you play games with player characters a little bit with respect to these types of things. So it's all good. By the way, the chat has decided that I get to screw with you for charity. Just going to put that out there.
Excellent.
Oh,
So,
no.
yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
Not tonight.
Oh.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Okay.
Not
Jesus.
tonight. In the comics.
So
In
does
the
Rich
comics.
get a double-ended dongulator as his initial equipment?
No, it is not. I'm not playing Space Ruin.
Yeah, his helmet will come with ears.
Oh, wow. Shout out to my
Yes.
coworkers. That'll be fun to explain tomorrow. So, so a couple, let's see, Teamster skills. I get 0G, which probably, I bet I'm the only one in the party that's going to have that. Mechanical repair.
Okay.
And then pick one, heavy machinery or piloting, because those seem equal.
So just to kind of, I just put up the skill sheet onto the stream just so people can see kind of what this is, and it gives you, as you look at this, as you mark boxes and use them, you can start getting bonuses based upon how well you're trained in these things. So These are the different things you can choose from. This is it. This is a comprehensive list. But you'll also notice there are blanks in there. And that means that we can be a little more creative, perhaps. We'll see.
So, is anyone else planning on being a pilot?
No.
Negative.
Negative.
You know
radio.
what? Well, I don't. I'm gonna pick heavy machinery because it's probably like computer assisted flying, like AI, or
I think you
like
should
that.
feel comfortable in that choice.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick mechanical repair, or no, heavy machinery. It's called. Okay. So that takes care of that. Then this is kind of fun. It follows like a flow chart to make the character. So you can actually, obviously not for now, but you level up and can go from example like heavy machinery to engineering, from scavenging to jury rigging, stuff like that. So +5 strength and speed. Okay, sanity. Use your values from your chosen class. So I get. Oh, and this works on the D10 percentile system.
Roll under on percentile. So,
Yep.
So in the case of a Teamster, your sanity would be a 30, your fear would be a 35, your body would be a 30, and your armor. So it's a very good all-around class. It's sort of it's like jack of all trades, kind of master of none of them, but you're going to get a chance to add to your bonuses with some of the extra trained skills, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah. So now I actually get to roll some stuff.
Can somebody tell me what rim-wise is as far as a skill? Does that mean you know how to do?
Sorry.
Do you know the rim that well?
It's called.
I would
called
assume
rim-wise.
that. I would assume that rim-wise means that you are familiar with the inner rim of the solar system.
I am certainly hoping that is indeed the case,
Let's hope that's the inner rim they're talking about.
Yeah,
Could be the outer rim.
and not the other rim.
I'm sorry. Other side, outer rim, because it's usually rimward and sunward for directional.
So
in travel.
I will tell you that this particular system is one that allows for inter-system travel. So it literally be rim of the galaxy too. So yeah,
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
No, not the lower rim, Kovnik, Scotty Potty. Jeez Louise, living up to your name. Living up to your name. Anyway, so that's great.
So let's see here. So I'm going to get to roll these. And this says 3d10 times 2 for each stat and add class modifiers. So that means I roll 3d10 and then double it.
Okay, where are we at on the sheet here, buddy?
Under stats, all the way on the left.
All the way on the left. Stats.
Underneath name and stuff.
Roll 3d10 and then multiply it by 2 for each stat. So let's do strength first.
Okay, so I only have 2d10, so we're going to have to...
Want me to roll for you?
No, absolutely not.
So that's fine. Roll 2 and then add 1.
Shout out to Heart of the Game in Buffalo for the dice I bought. And
Hey,
they're
Ron.
nice, like green color. Oh, look at that. They're clear, apparently, according to
Apparently,
Microsoft.
they'll roll whatever you need them to.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I'm using my ebony dice tray from Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Nice.
that you can see it out there, folks, but I am also using my cherry wood from Aaron Gordon Braden.
So here we go. First one, strength.
Okay.
So that's a 5, a 4, and a 10. I'm
So-
assuming 0 means 10.
So
right?
19,
And then times 2 would be 38.
38.
And then plus 5 because I get a bonus.
There you go.
So 43.
And the plus 5 is coming from your
From being a Teamster.
Teamster. Got it.
I get plus 5 strength and speed.
I see that.
So speed. So we got 5 and 8 is 13. Plus 2 is 15.
Okay.
Times 2 is 30. And then I get the bonus. So 35. Intellect. That's it for my bonuses. I don't get any more bonuses here. Intellect. We got 9.
This is the
2
greatest
is
character
11.
sheet in history.
What do you say?
So good.
This is the greatest character sheet in history. You
Yeah.
you need never look at the rules to become a to do a character. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
So that'll be doubled. Will be a 24
24.
for
You know-
intellect. I'm not too bright.
No, so far you're in class. I think that's good.
Bright enough. Yeah. And then combat, my last one. 6 plus 3 is 9.
Uh-oh.
Plus 8 is 17. And then doubled would be 34.
Okay. I mean, so far so good. I mean, a nice all-arounder. I think that's the way you describe that one.
Yeah. Okay, so health. Starting health equals strength.
Yep. So you just push
So
that right
I'm
on
going to
over
be
there.
43 of 43. And this is so straightforward. I love this.
Yep.
Hits.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know
about
how
this
that
one.
happens.
Dan, do you have any guidance on this one?
On which one?
For
On hits?
Because what I'm looking at here, they only come from the flow chart as a +1, and I couldn't figure this out. I tried to figure this one out actually before we sat down here today, and I'm a little confused as to where the maximum number comes from.
We can come back to that if we need. I'm sure it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to grind the whole show to a stop here, but we'll figure that out. So you've got, we'll figure out your maximum hit points.
So
Yeah, no big deal.
so hits, if I remember correctly, it's kind of like
Oh,
think of it like health bars.
nope.
Oh, okay.
Like enemies with multiple health bars, and it breaks down like as you get through. It changes. Man, that's monsters. though.
I honestly think it is the way this is everybody has 2, except for a Marine who has a +1, because this is a
I
deadly
think they're
as hell
separate
game.
health pools.
Yeah, I think it's a deadly as hell game. I believe everybody gets to have 2 hits, and then a Marine gets 3 because they wear an armor, and I think that's what.
Oh,
I
so
will-
It's
I have
maximum
two
damage, basically.
yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
I will
So I'll put-
absolutely look at this and get this nailed down for the next session.
Right.
Spoilers:
Done.
there will not be combat tonight.
All right, guys, that means we got to start a fight right off the bat. Okay.
Yeah.
I
We're
punched Dan's
unstoppable.
guy in the
But
face. No,
I'm here to tell you, this system is very deadly, and that's part of why it is. And then stress is a minimum of 0, and then your current is whatever it is.
right. And I would assume I'm not stressed right now.
You are well. I mean, we're a little stressed. We're podcasting, but
Yeah.
probably not
Eh.
something we
The
care
booze
about.
is taking the edge right off.
Oh my god, the Negronis are so good.
And then resolve we don't have to worry about right now.
No. But what you do have
So,
to worry about is your starting loadout and your skills.
Yeah. So, starting loadout, there's an excavation package, crowbar, hand welder, laser cutter, lockpit, vac suit. That I can tell already. That's probably going to be me. Exploration loadout, vibrachette. Did I read that right?
Yeah, right.
vibrachette.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna cut down a plant and pleasure yourself, it seems to be the right choice.
Just don't do both at the same time or with the same end.
I would suggest
so-
flipping it over.
No kink shaming.
That also has a vac suit, locator, rebreather, flashlight, camping gear. It doesn't
And
really
an
seem like me.
ovipositor. But
Um,
and an
extermination is not going to be me. Frag grenades, submachine gun, whatnot. And examination, it says scalpel,
Trank
trank
pistol.
pistol, stun baton. No, so it's going to be excavation.
Cool. All right, so that's your loadout, and you literally just check a box, and you're done.
Yep.
So let's move on to skills, Rich.
Skills. Where is skills? There we go. Okay. So mark starting skills based on your class. To take an expert or master skill, you must first take one of its prerequisite skills. It's like
So-
college courses.
So basically, you have to work your way up to the big skills. That only makes sense.
So, Teamster skills, I get +4 skill points.
And
went to,
labor
trade school.
negotiations. Just kidding.
So I can pick, and that's besides the ones that I already came with.
Mhm.
So, if I want to level up 0G to like asteroid mining, it would cost 2 skill points, which I'm not really interested in doing. Not yet, anyway. Not that much of a belt to load. Heavy machinery to engineering seems very useful for my job.
Don't disagree.
Oh, and I forgot to check mechanical repair earlier. Look at that. Okay. So we're going to burn 2 points, and we're going to pick engineering.
Did
And
you?
then I have
You
to
already
go
had
up.
heavy. You already had heavy machinery as a
As a base skill.
as a base
I
skill.
get it for free.
Sweet.
Yep.
Sounds good.
We're going to pick. I can't believe I have to spend a skill point on computers. It's so wrong. I'm gonna, chemistry? Really? Okay. I'm gonna pick driving as a skill point.
Fair enough. Fair
It
enough.
seems useful.
It'll go
And,
handy with piloting.
Yeah. Oh, there's a joke in there someone's gonna get from the Star Wars RPG. And my last one, I think.
Frank the Tank would like to ask the question: how does one computer?
I was like, if I had $1 for every time I heard that at work.
I'd like the computer better. How can I do that?
You know what? Scavenging seems like a good skill to have.
I think that's a fabulous idea. So does that
So we'll do
tap you
that.
out for skill points then, buddy?
Yep, that's done.
But one thing to keep in
Conditions
mind
and
is you don't
phobias,
do
I'll worry
not
about.
need to use all of your skill points tonight. Just to keep that in mind, you can bank them in case when you level up the first time, you can then get more, like 2 skill points, and can help you, or be on your way to master with 3. So just something to
Yeah.
think about. But
Miles, no, I will not be choosing the skill with the ovipositor in it. That would be xenobiology, I would imagine. That takes care of, and xenobiology is a skill, by the way.
Yeah.
as it
It's
is.
a master level skill.
Thought you threatened me with a good time.
All right. Speaking of good times, let's move over to. I believe you're all set then, Rich.
Yeah, equipment. I have to roll a random trinket and
Oh.
patch.
Do you have that table in front of you? Because I
Yes.
can bring it up very quickly.
I got it.
Okay.
So, the trinket and patch thing. Trinkets are exactly what it's described as, and patches are quite literally a cloth patch that is on your like jumpsuit or whatever.
Makes
It's
you
just supposed
awesome.
to help you define your character.
Makes you awesome.
Well, yeah.
You also got to roll up some gold too, as far as figuring out what kind of stuff you want to buy.
Patches and trinkets. There we go. Okay, so a D100. So that makes it easy. We're going to use the percentile dice for this.
That is
So here
correct.
we go.
That's the right answer. What do you got?
0, 0. So
Zero,
on the
zero is-
percentile.
You got a preserved insectile aberration.
No, that would be 0. I'm sorry, not 0, 0 on the percentile.
Yep.
I have a 5 on the other one,
Oh, okay.
which means I have a necklace of shell casings.
Ooh, aren't you a badass? What Marine did you win that one from in a?
So necklace of. This is a little weird. Maybe I'll trade someone for their thing.
How about your patch?
All right. And now patch. Here we go. We got an 81. Help wanted.
Well, there you go. That's entertaining. Very good. And now,
Typical engineer.
No, right? It's freaking great. And then starting credits 5d10 times 10.
Yep.
All right.
So roll them up,
So,
kiddo.
So we got 4 and 7 is 11.
Yep.
12, 17. And then one more. 3. So 20 times 10 would be 200.
200. Okay, so I'm going to let you go ahead and shop on your own time.
Yeah, I'll do that some other time.
And
That's
so
fine.
you have 200 credits. Just mark that on your character sheet. I think that puts us in a good.
That's it.
As far as conditions and phobias are concerned, those will develop over time. And
This was the best character creation I think I've ever done.
yeah, it's so much fun. This is such a cool system. And as Dan mentioned to me earlier, this is in beta, so we're looking at this improving and doing different. Mark Grief, thank you for being here. and I'm glad you're a computer because we need someone who can computer on this. So there
Mark,
you go.
thanks for coming, man.
All right. So next up, who wants to go next? Does Dan, Adam, Brett? Who wants to go next?
Mine'll be pretty fast.
All right.
All right, let's do Dan.
Do it, Dan.
All right, so my character, I am. Well, first off, my class is going to be android.
Mm-hmm.
I usually play characters that take lead and kind of like direct the action when I play RPGs. Usually, so I thought I'd do exactly the opposite to put me like off foot.
I think it's great.
So I'm going to play Eric, or the emergency response incident caretaker, or emergency response incident caretaker.
Thank you for your service, by the way, as a first line defender.
Oh no, that doesn't bode well for my future. So as an android, fear saves made in my presence have disadvantage. And
Because
as far
you're
as
creepy.
I don't know what you're talking about. The portrait I picked for this character absolutely was not off of the Real Doll website. So android skills, I start with linguistics, computers, and mathematics, and then I get +2 skill points.
Excellent.
And the skill points, I'm actually going to save one of them, and the other one though, I'm going to put into first aid.
Okay, so first aid, you're trained in that, and you said you're
Yep.
going to save your other two.
Yep, I'm going to save the other one that I have.
Okay.
I only get 2 points total.
Oh, fantastic. Should we go ahead and roll up your stats?
Absolutely. And I'm going to take the D4 out of this so I don't dump it because it doesn't like to stay in place. But these are my beautiful dice from Artisan Dice.
Those are
If you like-
beautiful.
Yeah,
We
if
do
you would
not
like
have
to
paid
spend...
sponsors, by the way, folks. We just really
No,
like.
not at all.
No, we don't have sponsors other than what's the name of that distillery, Rich?
Flight Mechanic.
Flight Mechanic Distillery. Remember, folks, when you need to get tuned up, Flight Mechanic Distillery.
They don't have a website, so don't bother looking yet.
Yet.
Or they don't have a website yet, I should say.
Yet. Anyway, so we're working with them though. They're a young brand. Did you know, Rich? Did you know that Flight Mechanic Distillery has 2 distillation columns that they're using, and one of them is better than the other?
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I was not aware.
one of them. It's absolutely amazing. So there you go.
Okay.
Back to
All
Dan. Back to Dan and his Android, or
It is time to
iOS,
roll
whatever it is.
stats.
I'm not going to discriminate on operating system.
I like to modify my own hardware, so definitely Android. So for strength 3d10, I only have 2d10, so I'm going to have to re-roll one of them.
Okay.
But so far we have 12. Okay, so 18.
18.
So, boom. 36 in strength. We got another 12 to start.
Wait a minute. How am I
And-
stronger than the Android?
Shh, just let it happen.
You're a Slav.
Slav power.
Exactly. 32. Just the name Sasha gives you a +5 to your
I
strength.
know, right? I'm fucking erect.
Intellect. See, 9. Perfect. All right. So a 22 intellect. That's perfect. And combat.
Dumbest robot ever.
Let's see. 9.
He's not dumb. He was just programmed that way.
15. So 30 combat. And I do have modifiers, I believe. So I have +5 speed and intellect. So I actually have a 37 speed and a 27 intellect.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to start with a 20 insanity, 85 in fear because I'm a machine, 40 in body, and 25 in armor.
Yep. So I really think that as we've kind of chatted over the last few days while we're playing Crossout, that this is really right in your wheelhouse. As far as how these roles have turned out, they really could not have turned out better.
Oh, this is great. I love it.
Yep, fantastic. I would say. So now you've already talked about your skills. You want to roll up some Geld?
Absolutely. And what do I roll for currency again?
5d10 plus times 10.
Okay.
And we also need to do a trinket and a patch.
And I have the chart out, Dan, if you want me to look it up after you roll it.
We
Two-
both do.
So 27 for currency times 10, you said?
Yes, sir. So
220.
270.
And are these in like
Imperial
Republic
shekels.
credits,
I don't know.
Yeah,
Imperial
they're-
shekels?
Yeah, you're going to need to convert them to euros, and then you're going to have to use metric dice in order to reconvert them to imperial. And then what you're going to do is you're going to apply the factor of the arbitrage, and you should be able to use the tables in the book.
All right. So 270 credits. I'm obviously not going to purchase anything
No, just
right now. We'll
do your
handle that
shopping
later.
on your own
But
time.
for my starting loadout, I am going to go with excavation because with the crowbar, hand welder, laser cutter, bioscanner, body cam, so you can find out what happened to me when I inevitably die. All the things that it gives me are going to be useful for my job as a meat shield.
Excellent. So you're taking
Synthetic meat, but, you know.
extermination. Is that what I heard?
No, excavation.
Excavation. Okay.
The same as mine?
I thought you went with exploration.
No, excavation.
Oh, well, exploration it is then.
Okay.
I say, or examination would probably work for you too.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do
Maybe.
with your character, though.
Yeah, you do it
I
whatever you
don't-
want. But
I don't think you should give the android a gun.
how about a scalpel though?
That's
I'll-
still terrifying.
I mean, that worked out pretty well for the chick in Covenant.
Yeah, I mean, I have a vibe shetty. That's all I need.
Okay.
Machedison.
Yeah. All right.
Give them some
Machetison's the best
Machedison.
thing ever. Okay, so
Shout
let's.
out to Robert Evans, who I'm sure is not listening to this.
Cheers.
Hey, Ron.
Ron.
All right, kids. So let's go on to the trinket then, Dan.
All right, and what do I roll for this?
D100. So just some percentile dice, please.
Sounds good. A beautiful 64.
64, you say? 64 is.
You got a spiked bracelet.
That's a
Okay,
call-
apparently
that's a
I'm
callback.
18 again.
That's a call back to your past. Moving right
I don't-
along. Let's go for a
So you're an
patch.
emo android?
See, oh, wait till you see this picture.
Oh no.
Yes.
All right, so we need one more D100 for your patch.
Oh man.
Sounds good. This could be real good. Some of these patches are amazing.
Yeah, they are.
A 68.
A 68, you say? So that
So close to being nice.
I'm not a rocket scientist, but you're an idiot. That's what it says.
Oh, apparently I have a little bit of attitude
You
here.
have a tiny.
Can I
little
get that
bit
on
of-
a polo shirt for work? That'd be
That's
great.
amazing. So Brittany has called you an emoid.
An emoy.
An emoid.
Perfect.
I think that's
That's
fantastic. Thank you
perfect.
very much for that, Brittany. You get 400 Menoth John reward points for that. So remember to check your membership activity booklet that you got in the mail, and so you know how to send that in and what rewards are available to you. Speaking of rewards that are available to you, Adam, let's go down to you, and let's roll up your character.
All right. So first off, we'll start. So my character's name is going to be Regalis Ladrian, but my friends call me Reggie.
Reggie.
Yeah. So for strength, I've got a 19. And then for speed, I got a 20.
Okay.
Intellect, 19.
Okay.
And a respective combat of 12.
Now, did you go ahead and apply your class modifiers to that yet, Adam?
So as far as I can see, my class modifiers are not on there.
Okay, so what class are you?
I am going to be the scientist.
Okay, so you're gonna be a scientist. So you are +5 speed and intellect.
Nope, wrong one, John.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
Android.
I'm sorry. So you are +10 intellect.
Ah, okay. So I will be 29.
There
Thank you
go.
for catching that, John.
Yeah, that's
No
better.
problem.
Nerd.
No problem. You're like the dumbest scientist I've ever seen. Excellent.
Yeah. So that means my max health will be 38,
Okay.
doubling that. So I get to start with 2 skills, and they are either biology, hydroponics, geology, computers, mathematics, or chemistry. And then I get +3 skill points.
Okay. So what are you going to, which
I have
of the
to
2 are you going to pick?
2. Well, I think I'm going to go with biology since I'm a scientist.
Okay.
And we will probably go with chemistry. It sounds like a good scientist pick.
Excellent. And you have +3 skill points. So what are you going to do with those? Are you going to use them or are you going to save them?
I think I'm going to use a couple of them.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to go first aid and genetics. Actually, we'll do physiology,
You're gonna do
and that'll fill out my points.
So you're going to do physiology. And what's the other one?
First aid.
First aid. Fair enough. Sounds good. Excellent. All right. So there you have it, folks. He's got all of his major statistics already spoken for. So we're going to move on to everybody's favorite part of the show, credits, trinkets, and patches. Roll up some dough, man. See how much money you got.
So for dough, I got 34, which will be 340.
Excellent. Rich guy in the crowd.
Yep.
And
And then let's see,
roll
trinkets.
up a trinket.
Let's see here. So the first one's going to be a 40.
A 40 gets
Which
you
is
phosphorescent sticks, neon.
Hey, those are useful, man.
I will grant you 10
Phosphorus
of those.
sticks.
I will give you
10?
10 of those.
Excellent.
There's a deal down at anything for $1.
I hit the dollar store.
Mm-hmm.
And next,
Yep.
for my patch, I am an 80.
You are an 80. That gives you the patch. Actually, I am a rocket scientist.
That's too perfect.
I was totally
There you
perfect.
go.
So, fantastic. That is wonderful news. Adam, welcome to the team. Let's move on to everybody's favorite painter, Brett Painter.
Well, everybody, as you might be able to see, my spirit animals of Hudson and Hicks might give you a clue about what role I'm playing in this game.
You're playing an
I've
playing
shown-
an android.
No, I'm going to be a Marine because between Space IT, the Toast, and Captain Pocket Protector, somebody's got to shoot a gun.
That's knowing which end of a gun in this game to hold on to is an important skill.
So, as a Marine, I unfortunately, when I make a panic test, everybody else must take a fear test. Because when it's game over, it's game over.
It's game over. Yeah, it makes sense.
It's funny because I was at other bases with Marines, and it's real. Um,
Hey, herd mentality is a true thing in the armed forces.
here.
Herd mentality. Oh my god.
But so I am Specialist Joe Snuffy. I am just a good old boy who ranges from either completely idiotic to tactically suave. I'll let you decide what happens when.
Excellent.
So let's roll up some stats.
You bet.
So I also have 2 D10s, so I'll have to re-roll one of these.
That's fine.
So that's a 10, a 6, and a 7. So that's 23 times 2.
And we
so
were doing
46.
strength, just to be clear, we're moving from top to bottom. We're doing this hard mode.
3. That brings my health to 46. I get no modifiers except when other Marines are around because jarheads and groups get deadlier.
Excellent. This is a true
Okay, I
statement
got
of
it.
fact.
3, a 7, and a 10. So that's 20 for speed.
Yep. Now it's 20, but it's times 2.
For speed?
So it's am I reading this wrong, Rich? Roll
What
3d10 times 2 for each stat, and then add class modifiers. So you rolled
Right.
a 20 natural, so you multiply that times 2, so that's 40.
40.
And then you don't get any modifiers, so your speed is 40, Brett.
Okay, I'm going off the pen and paper thing, so I'll have to adjust these.
No, that's cool. This is
Okay.
there's a sheet that Dan sent out that has got some really excellent helping things on there.
I don't
So-
think I'm on the group email. I'm on the
No, we're gonna
outs
fix that.
already.
We're gonna fix that. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Okay, for intellect, we know these are coming up low. Oh, damn. 10, a 4, and a 7. So that's 21.
So 42.
times 2.
You're
That's what chromosomes.
you kind of got it going on. You're more Hicks than you are anything else, buddy.
Oh, let's see what happens when the shit hits the fan first time. 6, 4, and a 5, so that's 30 for combat.
Yep, plus 5, so 35.
Oh, 35. Okay.
'Cause you have a
And then I get
modifier
an
for being a
additional
Marine.
plus 5 if a Marine's by me.
Yes, sir. Well, you get 5 combat off the get go, and then you get a plus 5 in addition to that if there's a friendly Marine, of which chances are low that you're going to have a friendly
Like
Marine
survival.
nearby. Given the fact that you're literally the guy that knows which end of a gun to grab hold of in this entire group of idiots.
So what you're saying is, I know that when it gets too bad, I just need to maybe self-suck start that gun to get out of there quicker.
It might be in your best interest. So, so your health, of course, your maximum is going to be double your strength, or excuse me, equal to your strength.
Okay, so 46.
Okay.
I get one skill to start with, which is
You also
military
get,
training.
by the way, you have 3 hits because you're a Marine. Instead of the base 2, you get 3. Okay, and then your skills.
So I start with military training, and then I get 3 additional points because I've not yet gotten my GI Bill to learn more.
There you go.
So we're going to put 2 into firearms, and we're going to pocket that last one.
Excellent. I can't. I think it's a great idea that you guys are pocketing these things. You're the faith that your characters are going to last long enough to spend that skill point is absolutely endearing. So what are you going to do? So you've pocketed that. Let's roll up some money and some trinkets and some patches. What you got for
Okay,
money?
so I rolled up some money earlier to save some time. So I got a 4, a 3, a 7, a 10, and a 10.
Okay.
So it's 34, so 3,400.
Mm-hmm. Try that again. 340.
340, yeah, sure, whatever.
Marine math. It's all
Marine
good.
math.
Let's roll up a trinket.
God, so 59.
59 gets you a bonsai tree. If that is not the most perfect thing for you, I can't. All of a sudden, our game became horribly racist. That's amazing. We didn't even try.
First sergeant says I need something to calm down. Ball fist.
Death to the round eyes. Okay, so here we go. Let's go with a patch.
Oh, yes. We got a 2 and a 5, so 25.
Yep.
Medic patch, what the?
Sure. It's a skull and crossbones on logo. Okay, so it means that you killed medics, I think. Or you're poisonous to medics. Okay. All right, kids. So the big... and I sure hope that Telkazar is still here. There's one character that has yet to be mentioned. And I think it's important that that they get mentioned. And the way we're going to mention it here... Oh, Telkazar, and I'm very glad... Just wait. Along with character creation in tonight's session, because we've been doing this now for 48 minutes, which is good. I expect this to be about an hour long. I do want to do a little bit of role playing now that we have our characters ginned up. So, tell me a little bit about this. The 4 of you. Do you know each other? How do you know each other? Where did this come from? Rich, I'll start with you first.
So I had an idea, and obviously we can do whatever we want. My idea was we all have regular jobs, and then occasionally we pick up some extra time with some to be named corporation that says like we're going to be off for a while kind of thing, like hey, do you have any jobs I can I'm burning leave or like PTO or something. So they say like, hey, go check out whatever is going on whatever planet, or go salvage some wreck on some, like in some area like where there was a battle, and go pick up some space garbage, something like that. I think that would explain our jack of all trades kind of thing.
Okay.
Brett, for your guy, I mean, you could say like you're on leave, or you just got out and you're a private contractor now. I don't know, just some ideas. And actually, that kind of fits for Dan's guy too. Dan's android Eric could come with the ship or something. I don't know.
I'd like to hear Dan.
Yeah, let's hear
So
Dan,
Dan-
perspective on
Dan,
this.
I would like to
So-
understand from my perspective. Are you awake right now?
I can be, but I also maybe am not.
Okay.
So my whole idea with Eric is that as an emergency response android, the whole idea is if there is an incident, I'm activated by the crew to help with that emergency incident.
Mhm.
Also, like that's my corporate function is, I'm basically a much more highly advanced fire extinguisher.
Excellent.
From a corporate perspective, most crews though basically go, hey, if we activate the android, we don't have to pay out another share to another crew member. We can leave so and so in hypersleep because he smells, or we don't want to hire someone else on for this. We're going to use the android because I'm an extra set of hands who's generally capable,
Excellent.
and I don't ask too many questions.
Excellent. So, what brings you to this particular part of space, Adam?
So I am a scientist looking to make a name for himself, and he's just looking for the next big discovery to try to take back and get fame and fortune.
Excellent. And Brett, may I ask how do you find yourself at this particular station in space right now?
I figured I was going to be the corporate security detailee for whatever mission these young entrepreneurs are being sent on. That way, the corporate interests could be kept intact.
Excellent. All right, gentlemen. So let me kind of paint the landscape here for you. You are currently on a space station orbiting Pluto, which is no longer classified necessarily as a planet any longer. And Pluto's never forgotten that, by the way. Neil deGrasse Tyson, I'm looking at you. And so that you find yourself in the Blue Dragon Inn, because they never got over the fact that taverns have to be named after a color and an animal, even in the future. And Rich, Adam, and Brett have shared a few drinks over the course of the time, and you're sitting in a corner there having a chat, so to speak. When all of a sudden the waitress comes up with a round of drinks. These are for you. And she drops them off, courtesy of the guy over there in the corner. And you look over, and there's a relatively good sized gentleman, dark clothes, sitting over in the corner, and he gently taps his fedora at you. And after he sees that you've gotten the drinks, and what do you do?
Who wants to go first?
I don't care. I'm sitting here in a dark fedora.
Do you have a katana on your back too?
I do not have a katana on my back.
Okay, good.
I have a space katana on my back. No,
Space katana.
Do you have a dimly lit candle in front of you?
I have the dark saber on my back, and I have a dimly lit candle in front of me. I have the dark saber.
Wow. Sasha sees the drink in front of him, looks up at the waitress,
Mhm.
looks over at Mr. Fedora, who I'm assuming has a raging neck beard in the corner.
He's quite handsome.
He's turning into this terrible incel as we're going, and decides, well, this is different. Looks at him, makes not a thank you or a hey, I appreciate this. He looks at him and he does like this. Что это? Means what is this in Russian?
To
He
which
doesn't say it in English.
no, to which the gentleman in the the dark, handsome gentleman in the corner, just gives him a little bit of a neck twist, basically motioning him to step on over.
All right. Sasha stands up. His bar stool falls on the ground because he stood up too fast.
Mhm.
And he grabs what's his Corporal Snuffy, and grabs him by like the shirt collar because he's kind of a rough and tumble guy. He says, "Let's go see what this young man wants."
To which I reply, drinks first, bottoms up.
Hey, Rob.
Yep. Sasha grabs his drink, kills it.
Okay, seems like a nice guy. Free alcohol is free alcohol. Remember that when you're talking to him.
Okay. So you stroll over to the gentleman, and you sit down, and he goes, "Hello, my name is Chupa. I am here on this station looking for some help. I represent a very shall we say powerful corporation, and we are in the business of rare items, and we are looking for some help finding the some samples of the of a substance and some data. Are you and your compatriots interested in such rare items?"
Well,
Reggie's gonna.
Sasha looks up. He doesn't really know what to make of this. He looks at Snuffy, looks back at him. Rare items, money and booze. That is what I want.
Money and booze can be arranged in the hold of the ship, and but I'm looking for a team to retrieve these rare items from a very specific, I think is the word. It is a research station in the in a place that is not so far from here by jump, and we need these things brought back to us after an accident that has happened in the station.
what kind of accident are you talking about, pal?
The accident is not fully known at this time. The how do you say beacon is been going off for 2-3 days now, and we are concerned because the research that we are needing is underwater. It is on a very icy planet, but there's water, and the station is underwater, and we need help to get that.
So what I'm hearing you say is you got rare things you need in a dangerous situation. You're offering us a job.
Yes. This is a job. How you say a job offer of the 200,000 credit for the sample and the data. If you only are able to get one of these rare items, it 50,000.
Well, let me talk to my compatriots. We'll see if this is amenable.
It's it's just please speak to each other, and I will be here with my Negroni.
So Sasha looks at Snuffy and walk back over to the bar. I'm assuming Adam's character is at the bar.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out why my ice is melting quicker than anybody else's.
Uh, what's your character's name, Adam? I can't remember already.
They call me Reggie.
Reggie, that's right. Sasha looks at him and he says, "Reggie, how much time do you have off?"
Oh, I probably have about 3 weeks between papers before I try to and fail again at getting my next prize.
Okay, we should do this. You know, da 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 da. What we will do.
So what do
Are
you
you
do?
in?
Okay, Eric, you in?
Oh wait, is Eric here? I don't even know if he's here.
I think Eric's is in a box. I'm playing this
Oh,
out.
Eric's
Eric's in a box.
Yeah, I'm not present quite yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Dan.
Oh, you're a present, all right.
Well, what
Literally
are
a
the
present.
details for the job, guys?
Cold, snow, ice planets. Retrieve rare items and come back.
We got
Yeah.
200,000 space bucks coming to us if we get them all.
Oh, okay. Are we going to split this 3 ways?
Da.
All right. Sounds like a plan. You can count me in.
Okay.
Sasha turns around on his heels, walks back over to Space Chupa, and says, "We're in. What do you need from us next?"
So Space Chupa reaches into his jacket and hands you a chip, computer style chip, something along the lines of not a thumb drive. You know, it's a thumb drive, but not a thumb drive.
Space thumb drive.
And
Got
he says, on this you will find the data for the connection. How do they say IP for the station to get a retrieve of the data about where you are going, and you can use the terminals here to connect. Using a remote dial-in, I think they say, 200 years ago, I don't know, and so here you are, and I suggest that you complete the job, as we now know where you are, and you have made certain promises to us, and we trust you will not betray us. And he hands you the not jump drive.
Sasha
and-
takes the not jump drive,
and
kind of like cocks an eyebrow at him.
and he's heads up. Anything else you wanted to ask Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome before he heads out?
Will you be here when we come back?
If you come back with the sample, I will be here. This you have no problem. And data.
Very good. Das vidanya.
Nostrovia. That's the only thing I know in Russian, so there you go.
That's fine. Sasha turns
You
around.
know.
Sasha turns around and looks for a darker area to fire up the. I'm assuming he has some kind of like pocket computer holographic fucking thing. I don't
Sure,
know.
he's got a plot computer. You got it.
That's it. And grabs a couple chairs and slaps in the thumb drive. I'm sorry, the not jump drive.
Space jump drive.
Yep. And tries to make sure that Reggie and Snuffy are paying attention before he hits go.
Okay. Do you have any skills in computer?
I sure do.
Excellent.
Oh wait,
so,
no, I don't actually. I have heavy machinery and mechanical repair. That's
okay,
not gonna
so you
cut it.
slap in the not jump drive. And,
I plug it in incorrectly the first time
and
because
the,
I don't know.
and the following and the following happens. Come on. This worked every time I tested it.
Now this is podcasting.
Acknowledge life forms Begin hospitality procedures in 3, 2, 1. Salty vagina. Greetings. Entrance will be granted upon those who know the sexual prowess of a hybrid between a horse and mule.
Would you like a repeat of that?
Yes.
Sasha listens to it, does not understand, hits rewind to the beginning,
Donkey is donkey punch.
and then it's play again.
Acknowledge life forms. Begin hospitality procedures in 3, 2, 1. Salty vagina. Greetings. Entrance will be granted upon those who know the sexual prowess of a hybrid between a horse and mule.
So, what it's asking for is what is the sexual prowess of the hybrid of a horse and a mule?
Sterile.
Womp womp. Password denied.
Sasha looks up because they didn't have what he's referring to, or what the computer voice is referring to on his planet.
Password
What does
denied.
this mean?
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Oh, okay. I know. I'm sure they did. Yeah.
It's
He
asking
means
for a password.
it's. Let's say that again, John.
It's
I cut off.
asking for a password or passphrase.
Okay. So Sasha looks down and he doesn't have computers, so I guess he's gonna hunt and peck on the keyboard. I don't know. And he's gonna type in mule, MULE, and press enter.
Incorrect.
He looks at
Password
Snuffy.
denied.
You try.
So it's the sexual prowess of a horse and a mule.
That is correct.
I believe the mating of those creates a sterile animal.
Okay. Punches in the word
Sterile.
sterile and presses enter.
Incorrect. Try again.
Looks at, okay, Mr. Smarty Pants. Professor, you do. Signs over to him.
I don't know much about the anatomy of a mule and the prowess of it, but if I were guessing, man, it's probably something kinky. So let's try kinky.
Sasha types in, presses enter.
Inaccurate. Press help for help.
Sasha picks it up and slams it down. Shuka!
What you are looking for is something about a mule or donkey.
Maybe it's just donkey.
Donkey dick?
You
Types-
are getting
He says,
warmer.
Hang on. Sasha stops for a second. And he goes, I know these. Pulls the thing over in front of him.
Well, I bet you do.
Flop donkey dicks. Enter.
Password accepted.
Diazen Phytology welcomes you to Joy Research Station. Diazen Phytology reminds you that growth is the key to life. Trademark Diazen Phytology. Joy Labs was established on the foundation of our futures determined by the strength of our vision. Our vision at Diazen Phytology is that every life has a purpose. Every life, every life. Every life is on purpose. Our purpose is life. Life has purpose. 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 Purpose.
And at that point, each of you on your personal communicators receive a notification that a file has been deposited in your drive with information critical to the furtherment of this particular mission. And on that note, we will conclude our role playing for this session.
Yay.
All right, so what you have just been deposited into the Google Drive that you have links to is a document known as Dyson Phytology Murandel Dossier. The action on this revolves around a research station that is on the planet Murandel, and you will go there and you'll see that dossier, and it will give you more information about what is to come next. So, for those of you who have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed our first session here of about a little over an hour's worth of role playing. And we will pick this up as the intrepid travelers approach the planet Murandel and discover what it is that they have in store for them on this next episode of Mothership. Good night, everybody.
Thanks
Good
for
night.
tuning in, folks.
Cheers, folks.